So the heart of your, underlying energy is the Seven of Cups. This has a lot to do with making decisions, family, breaking past the smoking mirrors, the Two of Swords, something. Oh, geez, that's interesting. Why is the Two of Swords coming up? The Knight of Wands. Right now, that's what it looks like. You have a brand new start, brand new, something about to start brand new. I think this is something that you've been manifesting for some time. You've been really wanting this to come through, to happen, to come in. I feel like you guys were definitely working your behinds off to get to this point. You know, really been patient, really been, determined to get to this desired outcome. But the past is still a lingering factor. How do I know this? Well, the Six of Swords is what's crossing the Magician right now. And the Six of Swords indicates moving forward, leaving something behind. You know, it's a travel card, right? You can travel anywhere. You can move from one place to the next. Typically, this is the kind of like a permanent move card, though. Like you're finding a new place to live. You're leaving behind the familiar, the old, the things that you grew up with, and finding something new. And that doesn't really, have a clear picture yet, obviously, because you're looking at swords and when you're going forward. But you know that there's plenty of new possibilities of rising ahead, and you know that those perspectives can help you create a beautiful, happily ever after, a beautiful relationship, beautiful business, beautiful whatever. Typically, the Six of Swords can indicate that you're moving somewhere, that you're going somewhere, but I don't think that's the case. Some of you guys, it could be that you're traveling internationally. Somebody is abroad, but you have a long-distance relationship with them, totally fine. But the situation is this. You have a new opportunity ahead. Somebody may have offered you some sort of love here. And I feel like this is a brand new beginning, something to go ahead and start with. The only thing that's keeping you from going there and continue, to accepting this whole relationship right now is because that past situation is still coming up somehow. Like you've created a wall in a way. Yes, you've been determined, working very hard to, make something happen, to get things to be where it is now. But the thing is that you had to go through some difficult stuff in order to, to even get to this point. And I feel like it's with this person. But the point of it all is, though, is that even if this is someone offering you a cup of love and really wanting to start over and maybe even, expressing an apology, it's hard for you to forgive this person. You're finding it very difficult to forgive the individual. Now, judgment would suggest to me that you've already kind of gone through the whole judgment, call to action sort of deal. But I do get this feeling that even though you've already passed this energy, there's still some sort of lingering feeling of, I don't know if I can do this. Right? Because the Magician is also the challenge here. And the challenge, it does indicate that, being the Magician is the hard part. This is what you're trying to be. This is what you're trying to do. You're trying to manifest happiness. You're trying to, and you're also wanting to feel confident, right, in yourself in regards to moving forward. But I get this feeling that even though you have gone through judgment, you've seen how much you've gone through, you've seen how much you've put you've grown in the process, there's still this feeling of not really being sure if you can really let it go, if you can really move forward and move on from this, right? Because I feel like this blast from the past, because judgment is a very difficult energy, right? People say, oh, judgment, somebody may have come back from the past, somebody may have, some ex may have returned, and it's not easy when an ex comes back, because you don't really know how you feel about them now. You know how you felt about them then, and what that carried over, but this is a new individual, this is a brand new start for both parties. But even that, there's some, I feel like there's some sort of, you did something differently, but this brought up some sort of apology, or maybe this, somebody expressed themselves and talked about how they felt about you, and you talked about how you felt about them, but there's some things that you're still not literally you're not able to let go of. You're not able to let go of it, the Six of Swords. And it's not, of course, like, oh, you're just being horrible to this person, give them a chance kind of thing. No, the Nine of Wands doesn't come up because you're being unreasonable. It's because you have reasonably went through some hell first. Judgment, right? Phoenix rising from the ashes. People have risen from the dead. That's some rough ass energy, right? So it's hard to kind of be like, well, I don't know about, it's hard to be like, well, yeah, let's do it. Let's jump in. But it's also not as difficult as you may think. And the reason why I say this is because this is someone that's claiming to be a very brand new person, and you're a brand new person as well. At the same time, this is something that you've been manifesting, something that you've been wanting for some time. The Magician and the Star will indicate that to me, the Page of Cups. Now, the situation is this, right? Moving forward, taking the steps to accept this and to try to see, take a chance and see where this leads. That's the biggest thing too, because like that you may, having the courage and the confidence to handle whatever comes your way. I feel like it's that's there. You know that you can do whatever you can. That you have the skills to pay the bills, practically, but with the star, I mean, with the Six of Swords like that, it's giving me this feeling like even though you kind of feel like you have everything you need, you don't really feel like it, because that all you need to do is take the next step, is to keep moving, is to keep going forward. Because the page of cups, somebody offered you something. Somebody may have communicated with you about how they felt. You may have communicated with them how you felt. And if there's nobody around you right now, this is a cultivation of your own desires. This is you creating your own happiness, or at least coming up with an idea of something that will make you happy. But it's about not just dreaming about it or feeling it. It's about actually going ahead and making it happen. Because, right, letting out go of the old, beginning the new. You're transitioning, allowing yourself to transition into to not transform, but to go with your heart's desire by making it happen. That's the part that I'm trying to say. It's like nobody's making anything happen over here. It's like, okay, yeah, I love it. I mean, sounds like a great idea, but let's be honest. Like, I don't know if I can do this. But I do see you guys, definitely wanting to take that risk, right? And the Knight of Wands suggests to me that, yeah, that defensiveness is up for a reason, but it doesn't mean that you have to have it up forever. That's obviously, that Knight of Wands is like, you're not giving up, never give up. And that card is definitely telling me that you haven't given up. It may have been hard times, but you haven't given up. And I feel like with the Six of Swords, even though you don't feel like you're ready, you're still doing it. You're still doing it. You're still changing. It's really hard, very similar to Gemini's reading, but you guys are still going to try. You're still going to take that risk. And the only way you're going to know if you're ready, if you're truly, capable of handling what's to come, is by doing it, right? So the biggest thing right now I see, guys, is you guys actually going ahead and doing it, because here in your future you have the King of Pentacles. Now you guys either become more stable or you feel more committed in your relationships. You may commit yourself to someone in a relationship if you're not in an established relationship already. Some of you guys, you may end up, dedicating your time to work and really building a foundation on something valuable to you. It's a lot of things the King of Pentacles can really mean, but the King of Pentacles is someone that definitely feels really solid. He's very solid in himself, and he doesn't worry about outcomes because he knows he'll handle whatever comes his way. Yeah, he's got a routine, he's got a structure, he's got rules and everything. He's got everything he needs pre-established, so when anything comes, he'll just follow that sheet. But he's a businessman. Things happen. Sometimes you can't plan for everything. And the thing is that he's confident in himself, knows his worth, and he knows that what his abilities are to be able to handle a situation, even if it goes crazy. So I feel like this is you guys, as well as the other person, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, if you're dating this person. And I feel like you end up kind of seeing and trusting and building something of great value between the both of you. Now, your goal and ambition is the Ace of Wands. So this is talking about, starting something new. This is also a rekindling of an old flame here. Like, this is a candle, right? And then you spark that fire right back up. And with Judgment parallel to this, this is talking about definitely a relationship that has taken place beforehand. This is something that's pre-established. This is a relationship between you and this other person. Sometimes this is an ex. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but sometimes the Judgment card and the Ace of Wands can indicate that this is an ex coming back, and the fire has lit, right? The sparks have started, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's just that, maybe this is a situation, an opportunity in which, you find a relationship that brings that spark back. Either way, this is the do it card. Let's make it happen. That's the advice. Do it, right? It's the same kind of reading for Gemini. You have to just go ahead and take that leap of faith and travel and see where you lead, right? Because there's no determining where you go. And, you can see yourself in, with the King of Pentacles, stable, grounded, and all these great things. And you have every right to believe that you'll get there and to know that you'll get there even, right? Knowing is faith, right? Faith is knowing, rather. So if you know you're going to get there, then what's stopping you, right? What's really stopping you? The past? What happened last time? Doing something differently, right? This is the defensive mechanism, things that these boundaries that you put up that may be a little too tight. Either way, doing it is what's going to kind of start the process, because you won't know until you get there, and that's the point. You gotta get there first. And I know I kind of already talked about the star a little bit, but I do want to kind of quickly go back over this really fast with the external energy and the star in the Page of Cups. I always read the external energy with the present, but the star to me in this reading, separately from this, is the act of doing something. It's the act of giving of yourself and healing, right? Because right now the Six of Swords is it typically and traditionally is seen as a kind of a sad card, because they're leaving something there behind that's familiar to them. They grew up with that, or they've lived there for such a long time, they have to move. You grow attachments wherever you go, and it's sometimes they're good attachments, sometimes they're bad. Either way, right? This is starting anew. This is starting fresh. The star is a reset button for me. It's the star and the tower. Well, it's the tower and the star in that sequence together. Reset. It's everything, right? And the star implements hope, right? There's hope when it comes to a new love. There's hope when it comes to a small little dream. But it's worth pursuing, especially considering where you've been, which is behind this wall for some time. I really feel like this is something that you've not only manifested into your life, but this is what's going to really establish hope and heal. But you have to give of yourself. You have to do the work. You have to make the effort in order for there to be truly anything done. Okay? So, that being said, with your outcome being the world, this is talking about successful completion. Okay, I like that. This is where I was getting the whole international travel from, the Six of Swords in the world, because sometimes that can mean international travel. There's one other card I would say I would love to see to really cement that, but this is kind of giving me like a very few people may resonate with that piece of information. But the world does also indicate that there is a transition, there is a shift, there's a change, and is a change from a phase or chapter in your life into a new phase, a new journey, a new life, a new everything, right? A new beginning. Because you've completed a cycle, right? You get judgment and then you have the world, right? Those usually go in that sequence. And I feel like this opportunity here has all been judgment, has all been, what have you learned? What have you seen of yourself? What will you be doing differently? And then now it's like you made that decision, and now with the world card is saying, let's go ahead and start a new journey from where from a place where you can feel like where you have grown a bit, where you have grown a lot, where you have changed a lot. Right? Because there's going to be new challenges and new things coming your way. Sometimes there'll be old challenges mixed in there too. Kind of give you like little pop quizzes. But the point is with the world is that you have done the work. And Saturn is going to reward you. I'm excited for you guys. I'm happy. Alright, let's go ahead and see what you guys have from the Romance Angels the next couple weeks. Free yourself. I love it. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Alright, Cancer? I can agree with that. Take control of your life. It's yours. It's your dream. It's your happiness. Go for it. It's totally worth pursuing. Alright. And if you don't feel like it's worth pursuing, then hey, that's alright too. It's, don't let me tell you what to do. But the biggest thing is just let it happen. Just do it. Let's make this journey happen. Alright, let's see what the Whispers of Love says. Okay. What's this? Love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person deserving of all wonderful things that life has to offer. Amen to that. I agree. You guys are definitely, that's what I was saying. This Ace of Cups. That's something worth pursuing. You deserve to be happy, even if you feel it's small, even if it's something that may lead into something more later on. It's still something that you are deserve to have. You deserve to have it. So why not make the effort to make it happen? Right? And I feel like you guys are. So definitely keep going, keep reaching for the stars, keep making those wonderful dreams come true because you guys deserve to be happy, right? I believe it. And if you don't, I feel like you guys should believe it too.